Hello and welcome to our presentation on Paterson and Wilkins. Paterson and Wilkins is a prestigious law firm with over 100 years experience. They focus on corporate law, acquisitions, litigation, and mergers. The firm conducts a traditional partnership model, so the senior partners will make up the leadership team. These senior partners comprise of Amanda Weston and Michael Johnson, plus others. And then we have Sarah Handel, which is a partner of the firm who is heavily involved in trying to change the firm and solve the company issues. Now, we have identified 5 key issues for the company. Our first one is treatment of women in the workplace. Second is the abuse of power and leadership. The third is the firm policies and the lack of change within the workplace. The fourth is the lack of work-life balance. And then the fifth is low morale and poor work culture. So in this presentation, we have identified these key issues. We'll talk a bit about them, give them an outline, and then we can propose some solutions and strategies to prevent these issues from happening again, or even just reduce the impact of them.
The first issue we have found at Paterson Wilkins is the poor treatment of women in the workplace. This has been a long-standing issue in corporate organisations and impacts the well-being of women and limits their career opportunities. Sarah Handel in particular has suffered from gender bias and sexism, highlighting the need for systematic change to ensure the future of this firm. Some of the problems coming from this include sexism and gender bias, women unable to break through the glass ceiling, and harassment. Sarah Handel experiences sexism through rumours based around her gender that create doubt in her ability to lead, with these rumours being headed by Michael Johnstone, a powerful male figure at the firm. With women like Sarah Handel suffering personal attacks after being successful, it discourages other women to follow suit and progress in their career. Harassment is unacceptable in any workplace, and the recent case involving a senior partner brings to light the systematic issues at Paterson and Wilkins. The impact of these issues could be huge, as it will lead to an exodus of talent, particularly from women, and make it more difficult for the firm to recruit. This issue also creates an unhealthy work environment, lowering productivity and overall lowering profits. The deep-rooted issues that women face at Paterson and Wilkins is cause for major systematic change to create a healthier and safer environment for everyone. Some strategies to implement are diversity hires, mentorship programs, and a zero-tolerance policy against harassment. By implementing policies that encourage hiring and promoting women, a healthier and more balanced workplace will be able to be created and be able to thrive. Mentorship programs for women can help more women be promoted, bringing new perspectives and new ideas to the firm, while also beginning the systematic change that is required for this leadership structure. Implementing policies that hammer down on harassment and the treatment of women helps to raise awareness for the issue and foster a safer work environment for all. The treatment of women at Paterson and Wilkins suggests the existence of underlying issues that could continue to plague the firm without further efforts for reform. The authoritarian and results-driven approach from Amanda Weston and political manipulation displayed by Michael Johnstone provide the framework for sexism and gender bias to spread throughout the firm. In order to prevent this issue and reduce the current impact, a human relations approach to management, such as Sarah Handel's, which promotes diversity and encourages accountability, would result in a healthier workplace where women and the company can thrive together.
Paterson Wilkins' firm is shown to be heavily characteristic of a directive leadership style, with discipline, rewards, and punishment being at the forefront of the majority of senior management. These consequences have led to clear abuses of power between upper management and employees. Amanda Weston is shown to be an egocentric individual ruling for an iron fist mentality, with dissidents being ostracized and outcast. She further employs Taoism with the concept of survival of the fittest. She abuses her power within the firm by creating an inner circle of senior partners bending to her will. Furthermore, she sees Sarah Hanson's more human relationship management style as a challenge to her more conservative scientific management style. Along with Johnson, Amanda has abused her position of power within the senior management to undermine and discredit Sarah Hanson, spreading rumors and gathering support, creating potentially a civil war within the firm, further destabilizing it. Other issues within senior management. More notably, this abuse of power has accumulated in a sexual harassment case, leading to a very public and damaging trial to the firm. This has not only brought negative publicity to the firm, but showed a clear lack of accountability within senior management, increasing divides among employees, proved by a recent poll conducted that showed low morale and poor work conditions. Solution to the leadership issues. As shown throughout the subject, there is never a one-way works best solution to a problem. To solve this leadership issue, multiple methods must be undertaken. For the firm to survive, senior management needs to address the culture that has caused Paterson Wilkins' now negative public reputation of the firm, that of an excessive abuse of power and lack of accountability. The firm needs to adopt a more human relationship-focused management style and also adopt a more supportive role, shown in the figure, becoming more progressive and less conservative. Moreover, the independent evaluation of all senior management needs to occur to determine the suitability of current upper management, like the potential termination of Amanda Weston and Michael Johnson, especially in light of their poor management methods.
Now onto the issue of firm policies and lack of change. Paterson and Wilkins is run with a very traditional partnership model, with the senior partners of Amanda and Michael comprised of the main leadership team. Their personalities in management and leadership styles lead them to view changes in the firm as a threat to its identity and elite status. They use the third phase of power, domination, to incentivize associates to resist change and the need for new policies. This maintains their perception that change is unnecessary or even harmful, which discourages associates and other stakeholders from challenging the status quo. By shaping expectations and controlling the narrative around tradition, reinforcing hierarchical power dynamics, and limiting the scope of discussion, Amanda and Michael ensure that their resistance to change becomes internalized by the rest of the firm, subtly maintaining their dominance over decision making without overt conflict. This resistance to change is detrimental to the company's overall growth and sustainability, affecting various aspects of the organization, including customer satisfaction, employee morale, stakeholder engagement, and long-term organizational health. Now for the impacts. This resistance to change can have a large impact on the clients and stakeholders involved with the firm. It can result in a decline in service quality due to outdated procedures, leading to cases being handled slower and less efficiently. Paterson and Wilkins' reputation can also be damaged by being perceived as obsolete due to lack of innovation. This effect on the clients can have the company struggle to meet expectations and leave them dissatisfied. Stakeholders are always monitoring the ability of firms to grow and adapt. Resisting these changes can lead to the reduction of profitability and market share. This resistance of change by Paterson and Wilkins can also affect employee morale and workplace culture as they lack in support policies and work-life balance measures. Amanda believing that these policies support employees are a waste of time and encourage mediocrity. An ability to compete in the industry can also occur as other companies will adopt new practices and innovations. It can also lead to non-compliance with legal standards and regulations if policies aren't updated to keep up with the new regulations. Proposed solutions to the firm's lack of change with policies will first have to involve leadership and management style by restructuring the traditional partnership model. Undertaking a program using Richard Sennett's dialogical approach, the ability to empathize with others and engage with complexity and uncertainty. Using this approach in a series of workshops and mediation sessions to align the senior partners on a common vision for the firm's future. Using the public relations disaster and low employee morale as catalysts for change, a coalition of partners that are in support of change with Sarah Handel as the head can be introduced. A process must be introduced to align this coalition's views with the senior partners. Doing such will resolve conflict and have all partners on the same page. The style of conflict management, of compromisation and collaboration must be utilized, and again using Richard Sennett's idea of empathy to allow one to engage with others even with their differences still intact, allowing for curiosity, ambiguity, and suggestions. Once this conflict between the partners who are resisting change and those who aren't resolves, the firm can move on with implementing policies and regulations to assist the firm in becoming more dynamic and competitive, consequently improving employee morale and client satisfaction, and avoiding detrimental effects to the firm's sustainability and long-term success.
Amanda's way of working and managing within her company has begun to face significant opposition from the employees within the workplace. The only thing she really wants to do is maximize the full capabilities and whatever the employees have within this particular company, and does not take in any consideration into whatever decisions she does has any ramifications or impacts on the rest of the employees and the rest of the team. This has led to employees expressing their opinion that they're not being taken seriously. The actions by Western has led to a not really good organizational culture within the company. It has also led to management struggling and the employees starting to get restless and are wanting change more quickly. Some of the solutions that Amanda could take is to consult and speak to the employees and allow them to address any concerns that they have over the working culture within the company and then any other issues that they may possibly find within. Amanda should also make sure that she considers any concerns and possible complaints the employees make and ensure that the issues or any complaints are taken seriously. If there are issues within this company, she has to take steps to make sure that these problems do not happen or arise again.
I'm going to talk about low morale and poor workplace culture at Paterson and Wilkins. The abuse of power by managing partner Amanda Weston and Michelle Johnston and his political manipulation regime or focus on result authoritarian leadership structure has created a poor atmosphere throughout the workplace. In addition, annual employee survey revealed concerned about extremely low morale, an inadequate workplace culture, and a lack of work-life balance. This can cause significant stress for employees. Such poor working conditions can lead to low overall employee morale, and sometimes employees who are stressed by their working environment at work suffer from mental health illnesses. There's also the possibility that a talented employee may leave the company for a workplace with better working environment. This problem can have significant impact on the efficiency of the company operation and can have negative impact on the company performance. In addition, the company reputation may be damaged because of the poor environment of the company. A solution is to make the current leadership style more flexible. Furthermore, there should be transparency and meeting space to discuss important decisions such as company policies with all employees. This will raise morale among all employees and increase enthusiasm for the company.
In its current state, the Paterson and Wilkins firm has been exposed as a firm that is divided in two on the brink of collapse. One side is conservative, pushing for a scientific management approach led by Amanda Weston and Michael Johnston, whilst the other side is a more progressive view guided by Sarah Handel, attempting to adopt a human relation management style. Throughout this presentation, these issues have been identified and addressed, with adequate solutions being suggested, ranging from simple changes to the styles of management to complex remodeling of the senior management structure. Overall, for Paterson and Wilkins to survive and one day thrive again, it is imperative that they change the firm's management practices to both increase employees' well-being to recultivate better public image.